Hello. So, this is my first voice video. So I'm making a Xenoblade character list. I wanted to try out voice things, so I thought this was a good way to begin. Akos. So if this comes off as robotic. Think contentment for Akos. He's okay. Mine's going blank. So Akos, I would say he's saying things like this cliche is annoying. This music is really relaxing, by the way. Don't think I could do this without it. I think many people think that his backstory being revealed is a cheap shot at empathy. My thing is because I am empathetic. I thought it was effective. I'll keep him here for now. Maybe I'll change my mind when I see what characters. I don't like Amalthus. Maybe it's because I played Xenoblade 1 prior, but I found his twist very predictable. And he kind of becomes overzealous to me. I don't hate him. Might actually go rewatch some of the things with Deep. Banner, I like Banner. Banner is just a villain Banner is just a person who wants money, who has gotten into a very high position of power. He is definitely the most definite evil in the game. I think I like the just evil characters in the game. I'll get into some of the others later. But I like Banner. Frigid. Don't know how to feel about Frigid. I think just like. Might change though, since there isn't really much to her. There is the part with her memory, her journal of memories. I haven't played Torna, so I don't know about Torna Frigid. But in the base game, she's just a tag along, really. Dixon. This is difficult. I think Dixon is fine here. I like Dixon. That's about it. I like Dixon. Dramark's fine. Dougal isn't really memorable. I mean, there is the line with the emerald. That's funny, but that's about it. It's interesting seeing his arrow run behind the blade. A dumb ban. I think Adoration is fine. Maybe, yeah, I'll give these a shuffle round. I really like Dunban. I think being a main character gives him a lot of quotable lines. The scene with Metalface was really good. Moving on to Eggle. Another tricky one. I think Eggle plays off his I am evil attitude a bit much. I feel like if they cut back on him being evil a bit, made him feel more like a misguided hero, that would have been better. But I just don't think Eggle is the sort of person to call the people that buy on his bugs. If you know what I mean. I don't know how to feel about Prince of Tandor. I think this is it fair to put him and Malthus? I put Malthus as tolerate actually. It's like Google but even more generic. I'll cover Gadult next. Gadult's fine. I think Existence does make some things between Sharla and Ryan awkward. As a character, he's just there for Sharla. I'll put it here. I'll put the rest of them here. I was thinking about covering them, but I'm just gonna not. Fine, I'll do Fiora now. I always put in a like or contentment. I think like. I was thinking about putting contentment. But Fiora is just nice. That's about it. She's nice and she really, really loves Shulk. And that line with Ryan in the side quest where she just pointed out that everything she thinks about Ryan is really funny. Klaus, I know like is getting. I have a tendency to like undersell some things to not come off as hyperbole. I see I'm getting to the really good characters here as well. Klaus is alright. I find it hard to say some things about just the characters that I just like. I'll keep Richard there. So Klaus, the way he turns Xenoblade 1 is obviously cool. As a character, he's just fine. Gramps is fine. I'm trying to put in a like, but I think there's a couple lines that are off. Also, I think that Alvis. I don't know how to feel about Alvis. He's a very mysterious man. When he showed up as a seer, I was quite interested, not knowing that he is the Monado. The creators of the game didn't even know he was the Monado. I think for the intrigue of Seer's like, found the norm. I haven't played Torna yet, so I think really the only thing going for is her design, which is pretty. Laura is also pretty. Oh, that she's just a regular old character. But I think that's the point. Jin. So I wanted to make a video about Xenoblade 2 and Pokemon. Jin is Xenoblade 2's N, if that's not a controversial take. Speaking of that. I think I feel similarly to him with Alvis. I haven't played Torna yet. He's a pretty sympathetic character. I sympathize with Jin. He's gone through a lot. Clearly, and the line about Laura, I ate her, is really funny. Like, it shouldn't be, but yeah, I think I'll keep him here for now. Maybe up to Adoration, I know. Juju isn't the worst thing in the world. Juju is a plot device character, there's no denying that. But he could be a lot worse. He's not insufferable. I'm not sure I'd say I like Juju, but I mean, he's fun to meme about. Callian? Callian is I feel pretty bad about killing him. He's just there. Rosa isn't really much of a character, but I like Robot Maid, what can I say? Its actual character is just fine, but why is Rosa here? Is Rosa even a character? Or is this Lila? I think it might be that. Is that? I think that's Lila. Yeah, I like Lila. She's nice. I like Poppy. So she's like Poppy, but don't much to say about that. I just like her. I think this is Linarda. I get confused with the Mccall and the Hyentia. Linarda exists. I think maybe I give her higher points because of the main thing, the Mccall. I don't like Lilithia. Lilithia shall pay for her insolence, or some other line. You know, I'll rank Teir with Wrestler since he does appear in the first game. I think I could rank Teir though, since I haven't done Melancholy Teir yet. Probably eventually. So I could say that her is that she's racist, annoying, and doesn't really have much to add. Miles is going to be the first person I'd love. He's just really, really funny. Also, you can sympathize with him as well. You know what I said about Banner and evil characters? It's like Malos, but even better. I think like Malos also really. I think of Jin when I think of Malos and vice versa, but more vice versa. Malos is funny. Amelia. I don't really get the hype for Amelia, but I do really like her. I can't pin down why. I really can't pin down why the characters in Xenoblade won't work. It's like, on paper, like Fiora seems like on paper should be pretty flat. But she works somehow. Maybe it's because they're really quotable or whatever. I also just talk about the thing with Maynard. I like that aspect of Fiora. It isn't really tied to Fiora herself as much as it is in Maynard. It makes me respect her a lot more. Well, second best polarity representation. I say that often. I think it's the first time I said it on this channel specifically. I'll get to the best polarity representation later. Metal Face, I love Metal Face. Metal Face is great. It really helps along Dunban and to an extent Shulk. As a character itself is quite fun. It's not as quotable as Malos. It's not as funny as Malos, but a lot of the lines, it's like Shrek. Lines are maybe kind of mundane, but the way they're delivered is amazing. Maynard, I have no good reason to adore Maynard, aside from that she is second best polarity representation with Fiora. Like, without that, I think she'd be a alright character. Like, that really bad stuff. And there's this really sweet scene with her and Fiora. More with Fiora and, like, Linarda, maybe, again, so yeah, I like Maynard. I don't like Mccall. I don't like the remarks he makes. No, that's it. I don't like the remarks he makes with other characters. That was kind of maybe meant to be like meant to just like his remarks. But it's aside from him being really pervy, there isn't much else to his character. Again, I haven't played Torna, so I also need to justify the hate here, as I don't want it to be just warfare. Mccall. Mccall is exclusively stated by his voice actor, who, if you somehow don't know already, is the same voice actor as Daddy Pig from Peppa Pig. Very, very cool. Other than that, he's just a character. Morag, Morag and me. I kinda wanna put her up here. Like, she is most certainly transition goals. Like, there's one person still already who named herself after Morag. I think her association with Bridget does bring Bridget up. Well, I guess she isn't the funniest character in the world, but she is really charming in a way. But at the same time, she's just sort of there to be the political stand-in for Moradane. But harsh parts are really good. Especially with, like, Pandora. I'm gonna keep her up here. I really, really like her. As much as I want to make that Moo joke, he's alright. I like him. Isn't really much else to say. Kind of blends with Banner. Do I put him down there because he blends in with Banner too much? I think so. Is there anything else for Moo? I swear there is, but I can't remember. Like, was Moo gonna backstab Banner or something? It's been a while. Mithra! I don't have a strong, love for her, but she is... Well, one, she is best plurality representation, and two, she is a great character. Oh dear. I guess I'll put Pyra here as well, and Numa. I don't know how to put Numa. So... thing here is... Right. I like Pyra more. Like, I think she is sweet. But Mithra is, like, the better character in terms of writing. I mean, it's great that they are both loved by everyone. I mean, despite being main character, I don't really have much to say on her. That could also apply to Mithra. There's probably Numa there as well. Numa is the weakest, so she just sort of Pyra and Mithra. Like, she has the sweetness of Pyra, but the confidence of Mithra in a way. But on her own, she's... I'll put her here because Pyra and Mithra. I think it's also interesting to speculate what she is exactly. So despite knowing a lot about variety, but I don't really know what she is. But it seems like these two share something in some ways. Like, Mithra seems to see Pyra as herself, as like another herself, I think. So, Numa... It's almost like these two combined in a way, but I don't... But then again... not all merges are like recognizable as both characters. I have a personal example, but not gonna share here. Like, Izzy is more than just June and Emily. Maybe I'll talk about ourselves someday. I know. Mimi here. Alright, from these three, which I have a surprising amount to say about, I think I might put her head just... Yeah, that feels right. Niall is just okay. He exists, there's not much to it. I love Nia. I don't like her blade design. I think it's definitely one of the most egregious examples of Xenoblade 2's obsession with fan service. I think Teir is also harmed in a way, but I just don't like Nia's blade design. But her driver design is amazing. Her personality is also amazing too, really snarky and bantery. I think you're getting a theme with the characters here, like, they're snarky and have a lot of great banter and real quotable lines. I think it's a combination of the cuteness factor, and her great lines. Abrona. I was thinking that she was pretty good, but I don't remember how annoying she is. The most interesting thing about her is how she gets is her death. The most interesting thing about her is how she gets obliterated by Mithra. It's like kind of makes you respect Akos a bit more. Like, I like the way he sort of mourns her death, which puts Mithra and Rex in a sort of morally grey area. But aside from that, she's really annoying. She's not so annoying to dislike, and the same with Akos, yeah. I think I heard, like, Blondie say it, I thought it was a meme. I know it's put in contentment or tolerated. I think here is fine, feels right. There's a lot less. There's a lot more to dislike about Atharon, like his strong voice attitude thing. Also over these two, by the way. Like, I was gonna say there's a lot of great lines, but he doesn't. In the Theagi YTPs, he has some amazing lines. If I remember correctly. Or maybe it's just like, what's that you say, and put a sock in it. Like, what's that you say is iconic. Is this right? It doesn't feel right putting her there. Like, she is, I love her, but as a character she isn't amazing. Yeah, here. I think it's a similar thing with Nia. She's cute and snarky to Z, but has some depth. Her design is cute and actually employs fan service in a decent way. Like, it fits Pandora's sparky attitude more than Nia's. You know what I mean. Patroka's alright. Not much to say about her, she just exists. Yep. She is a character that exists. I don't really like her that much. But I can see why she acts the way she does if she gets tormented by Mccall on a daily basis. I'm quite confused why I put Poppy Cutie Pie lower. Well, really the best Poppy is Poppy Alpha, simply because she has the most screen time. I think Poppy Cutie Pie is the weakest character-wise. And she does only appear in... I mean, Cutie Pie only really... QT only appears in, like, the part with Rosa, who is not this is Lila, I think. I think Rosa's bigger eyes. But Poppy is really sweet, and has some funny lines with Tora. Where's Tora? Here he is. Has some really funny lines with Tora. I really like their designs as well. Then we can play about the designs again. Poppy Cutie... I think Poppy Cutie having a maid look makes perfect sense, given that Tora seems to like maids. Lila is also kind of a maid, and she clearly has a maid thing going on. So I think it's apt that she puts on a maid outfit. But this is, again, like, I think this is the best example of fan service. And Alpha doesn't really have that much fan service, thank goodness. But Cutie Pie just sort of looks like a generic blade. There isn't anything Tora about her design, or anything like his dad about his design. His dad isn't here, by the way. But Lila is, and Teir. But Teir is also in Peach. What is this? Is this like Melia's mother? Is this Melia's mother? I think her name is Yumea. I know next to nothing about her. Like the High Entier things with like the older High Entier, you know, Callie and the Emperor, and it just slipped right past me. So Poppy Cutie Pie, I don't like her design. It's just, again, fan service not applied correctly. Like, it doesn't really feel like Poppy. Like, the colour's the same, but her voice is... Poppy Cutie Pie just isn't Poppy. If you know what I mean. I think these two are definitely Poppy. Poppy Alpha is the most Poppy, second most Poppy, third most Poppy. I don't know explain things very well, but the design looking like a generic blade. Their character, I think it's a voice. A voice that sounds way too grown up, especially Poppy with the very kid voice. And I like the contrast of the voice. I just don't like her design. I don't like Poppy Cutie Pie, but she is a Poppy, so I guess I could put her all the way down here, but I give her that, but she is Poppy. And you could also talk about polarity, but I really don't think that's what's going on. If anything, it's age regression, or age progression, but also she's a robot, and also Rex. Rex is a good boy. I think the main reason people don't like Rex is because it doesn't feel like it's justified that he got the most powerful blade in existence. It's like he's just a random kid, like especially a random kid from like any shonen. And like I read a Wikipedia article on Xenoblade that said like people tend not to like the protagonist when the protagonist's friends are when people tend not to like the protagonist when their friends overshadow them, and that is exactly what happened with Rex, which they deliberately avoided with Shulk. I'll get to like Sharla, and I'd probably talk more about Sharla maybe. But I sympathise with Rex quite a bit, because he's just a kid that got handed the most powerful blade in the world by pretty much accident. So hold on. Yeah, I think that was a good change of pace. Okay, so Rex, I I can see why he wants to give up, feeling like he isn't living up to, like... But it feels like he failed her. Like, sometimes I feel like I fail people in that way. Like, I want to go up, but that just gives even more guilt. I just wanted to disappear at times, so I really empathize with this guy. Like, I think he has some good lines too. Yeah, he has some great lines, like... I'll kick that guy's ass. If the guy didn't stab me. Oh, I like your attitude! So good lines, empathize with him, he's a good boy. Ryan is really funny, but doesn't really go past that, really. Like, he can be so ridiculous with like his lines, especially in like memes. Like there's this one image of Ryan on the like subreddit where he's like screaming for his life while he's falling. It was really funny. It's pretty comforting to Shulk. Like, he's always got his back. He goes through a bit of a arc in the fallen arm where he feels like Shulk has outgrown him. So he shifts more as protective thing to Sharla, and I will get to that. I can't go as playing with that. So yeah, good lines. There's a little bit of depth, like the slightest bit of depth. And also, yeah, really funny. My think of putting him later here, but yeah, Ricky. I really like. Do I even like Ricky? Or do I just like him? I can't figure that out. I think about it here. Like every time he shows up in Smash Bros, I was like in this joke, I'm like Ricky. He's just fun. Every complaint that he kind of ruins some dramatic moments of the team, I disagree. And it still play out pretty well, and they know when to not have Ricky ruin everything. Like, he doesn't ruin anything at all. But I haven't played Xenoblade, so don't quote me about Tatsu, but Ricky and Tora don't ruin any scenes that are in. That is a big plus that makes them not annoying. I don't know about Kino or Nene. I like the subversions they have. And I think I'll talk about Nia's voice. So Ricky and Nia got a lot deeper voices in the dubs. I think it works for Ricky and really works for Nia. Because Nia's voice in the original Japanese was kind of generic cat girl that doesn't really fit Nia's character at all. Like, I really hate the idea of Nia being this like generic cat girl, which is partially why I don't like her blade design, since the sexualization just puts her with the other characters. Same with Poppy. Like, I mentioned Poppy being generic, but she has such a generic design. So, again, Ricky. I think Ricky's low voice helps him not be annoying, plus his lines are pretty quotable, like, yeah, bow! Amazing. He also has quite a bit of heart, like in the iconic scene of him with Dumban and Amelia, showing off him being a father figure of sorts. And also the scene with I think the scene with Amelia and Callian, when Callian dies with Larthia, good riddance Larthia. Yeah, it's literally one thing, like, Ricky should be annoying, but he really isn't. Like, I think, I mean, obviously that applies more to Fiora than Ricky, but Ricky is just nice. He's a nice knock-on. I think Rock goes here. Like, Rock is far from bad. Rock is actually pretty likable, and yeah, I like him. But his lines, for a character with so few appearances, he has like a few meme lines, like I am Rock, always will be, always have been. I got the two mixed around. So it's kind of it, in terms of memorable lines of him. Where's the Van Damme? Is Van Damme here? Oh, here he is. So yeah, Rock is nice. I like Rock. What do I? He's just... yeah, he's alright. Still where he is. Sharla! I felt a lot on Sharla. It's like, I'll talk about Sharla now. Don't have to put her in like or contemporary. Like, I don't dislike Sharla, but she's absolutely nothing special. Like, I think she's good in the first part with Sword. Here he is. After that, she just sort of tags along until Gadot shows up in Baconus. I like her dynamic with Brian, ignoring the romantic things and awkwardness with Gadot. I also want to talk about design. This is the one instance in Xenoblade 1, like maybe like excluding the Machina, she is the instance in Xenoblade 1 where the fan stuff is kind of distracting. Like, a bunch of her equipment has a lot of fan service in it, like a magnet outfit and, well, yeah, magnet outfit. Like, the magnet outfit shows a lot of titty. Like, I think in general, a lot of outfits show too much breast. Yeah, I think Charlotte's just alright. She is easily the weakest female party member, with Amelia being the strongest female party member. Okay, calling her the weakest female party member is debatable because of Fiora. I also want to talk about Fiora before she gets invited. Before she gets, in like the epilogue, she is perfect. Well, not perfect, she is amazing as like, just this happy-go-lucky girl who really loves Shulk and then dies. But her simplicity of the character doesn't work when she becomes the party member later on. So I think Sharla has a lot to her, but it isn't really explored. Okay, okay, here we go. Monado Man. The heir to the Monado. Is this a hot take putting him with Shrek? But I like Shulk. Shulk is a great protagonist. But I think what... especially I'm putting Fiora, but no... this is... I'm not ranking these... that's like some like things like Mithra, Pyra, and Numa, the poppies, I hear Gramps is here. So, Shulk has a lot of very quotable lines. They're not particularly funny, like a lot of times like a new symbol has appeared on the Monado. That is really funny because of how obvious it is. He says the obvious so much. Like when a new symbol appears on the Monado, or when he says the Monado 1,000 times. I think it's kind of Shulk, like, we have also had a lot of times where we state the obvious. It's kind of like a joke here. I know I'm saying that I explained everything really poorly because I'm stuttering or whatever, but I just don't really feel that much for Shulk. It's not really hard. I like Shulk, but I don't like him that much, but do I like him enough to put him near these or near these? I think with the others in the tier, like Albus, those are tier, I think Shulk up here makes sense. Yeah, that feels right, in like these characters. like these characters. Yeah, I've got to figure this out. Yeah, I think it's a great place to push it. So I really like Shulk. The main complaint I have with him is that the game really bends over backwards for him in the second half. There's like every character pretty much becomes worse except for maybe Ricky, but Ricky doesn't really have much in the way of like strong emotional arcs. Like everyone becomes worse because they start focusing on Shulk. It also is revival is really confusing, and also how Shulk exists because he died and helped us by Zanza or whatever. Zanza. Like is Shulk Zanza? I mean, there is also, I guess you could, in theory, call him third best variety representation since he does mirror Fiora and Maynard. But okay, so I like how they pulled, like how they didn't go for the like murderer auto trope, which would one ruin the plot twist, and two is a really bad trope because it's like not accurate at all. It's like the rhetoric with trans people. It's said that trans people often go into like assault other people, but if I'm not wrong, I think it's more like that they are like assaulted or whatever. Same with like polarity or not, like DID stuff. So glad they didn't do that. I think that does save them from like comparison of Maynard and Fiora, especially since Maynard is there to show like the good things. Like I think she is a great way to keep Zanza in check. I'm all about Zanza now. I should write a book with Shulk. The scene with the two Shulks in the dream is great. I like that. Cool vibes. I'm gonna shut up. The Emperor is alright. I feel like he's just there to die. it's just there to die. It's there to die. Cole is alright. Could make the same joke. I'm not gonna. Cole exists. That's Teir. Teir is really cute. Aside from that, I'll put Teir here. I haven't done Future Connected yet. I have gone through part of the side quests, and he's alright in the side quests. Yeah, I don't much to say on him. I think putting him here is a bit much, but I like his design. Reminds me of the other, like, high-end tier boy who lost, like, the father of the high-end tier who lost his son and baby daughter while they were going out high-end seek or whatever. Okay, mildly hot take incoming. I like Tora. Yeah, he's a pervert, but I think they do a good job of not making him annoying. Like, he hides his perverseness, which makes him come off as not annoying, unlike you. Tora is just better Mccall. That is calling him that is a huge disservice for him. Like, Tora is not the deepest character in the world. Like, you could say he's carried by Poppy. But for what he is, he's fine. And the reason that he is here is because, like, people really don't like this guy. I do. Maybe it's because I like... maybe it's because I like Robot. What is this anymore? Yeah, I like Tora. But I also really like the way he didn't play up his perviness. In fact, they played up his childishness a lot. Like, him on about, him going on about Morag being, like, male and joining him, it feels like he's just oblivious rather than being perverse. And I think that oblivion helps him not become... There's a lot of things Tora and Ricky do to not become insufferable. Also, Tora does in fact have an annoying voice in the Japanese version. Well, not annoying, but higher pitched. which could be seen as annoying to some people. Same with, I think, Ricky. Random. I like Random. Oh dear. Random acts as the, as a mentor character to Rex. And then dies. But while he's there, he's pretty good. Some good memes, some good lines, even if they're not really lines themselves. Like, you suss me out, furry con. It's more about like sus than anything. And also there's one on my CPS of like drivers use farts. That was really funny to me. I don't know why. Oh no, he's just a fine character. I like him. He's also like very muscly. Like 3 of his art names have muscle in them. 3 of them. Okay, who's this? I hope this isn't Leonardo. I like her. I think. I feel like she is being carried by that sweet scene with. Kind of put her down here, but also. Yeah, she was pretty forgettable as a character, along with most of the Machina, like Leonardo. Where's Leonardo? Let me put these 2 together. She just said she's this. That's it. Zord. Hello Zord. Hello Zord. I like how he's like this just evil character. There's a lot of there's also text around him, like how he was. I want to say Desiree, but I don't know. Let's go with Desiree. Like he's Desiree's father who died and became a Mccall. I like that. It's okay. To be fair, I like Pure on the prologue, so I guess we also smash spoilers. That's a whole other topic, but with how it's being talked about, like there's a lot of foreshadowing that Fiora could come back. Like it brings quite a bit of tension there. Like yeah, I picked up on the fact that the Mccall Homs, like with the line with the Desiree. I would think I did Zord and started side questing there. I heard the line and I was like, huh. I guess Fiora, hoping that she'd be alive because kinda hate to see characters die. So yeah, Yumea. I'm gonna put her here because I have no opinion on her. I don't even know if this is Yumea. Okay, Sansa. I'm gonna put Sansa here pretty much exclusively for his quotable lines. Like, yeah, his quotable lines. I like the ending of the meme so much. It can be really funny. Like, I've seen 2 variations of the ending. Like, what we know, what I wish for is a haircut. It says I just had my haircut. And I listened to his answer, but to do a show, but. We could also have an interesting chat about Shulk and his relation to like polarity and mainly from Fiora. Okay, to seek. Like as a character, he's kind of just generic anime. Not say generic JRPG. I haven't played that many JRPGs, and others I've played is either the bosses like funny. The 2 Pokemon games are the games that I played with like the worst parents in the world. But because I played the Ultra games, I didn't face enough these to me, so I can't make the joke that. As far as like a bad mother in this too, I want to say Lorafia. I hate Lorafia. She's uninteresting. I'll go talk about the one anymore. Like I feel there's a character like that in this game as well. Like I guess Dixon. Let's just say Getsus, Dixon, and and Lucy. So let's throw Queen Sectonia in there as well. with Jin as Zen and Ricky is Kirby. Who's to be King Juju? Zord, because he has the hammer. Nene is. Okay. Back to Sansa. Character-wise, really generic. Quote-wise, amazing. Interesting talks about Shulk and how he doesn't really make sense, and also made up. You're also pretty good. Yeah, but main effects, before I representation, that's cool. I have one last Zeke. Zeke is basically the right of this game, but like even better in some ways. He has great lines like handling a man's toe, or it's like really bad luck. Also like Team Rocket. I'll put Dordio so I can put Zeke with Pandoria. It's just so extra, and it's names as well. Like, the banter with Pandoria is also really great. Zeke is just excellent. He's great as a he's great as the he's funny, but he has a lot of depth too. Like how he feels about the world. He's putting on this facade, which gets kind of like me putting on a cute facade, trying to tell you how insecure we are. Like me and Zeke. What has this video become? Like his sword names, weapon names. He has great names. Ricky also. Zeke and Ricky. Like, they're both heroes. They both fall in a hero persona. I mean, obviously Zeke has more depth than Ricky. Ricky does also have depth as the father of like Kino and Nene. And like this dumb band too. Zeke is really good. Let's leave it at that. I would also go on a long time about musings of Shulk and Sansa, but I'm not going to. This has already become ridiculous. So that is my list. So I love a bunch of goofballs and Poppy. Adoration and some characters that I really look up to. Like I kinda look up to these characters in a way. Like I mean, yeah, transition goals of like Lila, Amelia. The plurality girls, well, not you. You're okay. Even Poppy is in this too. I really adore Poppy, admire her, whatnot. Tora. Yes, I want to be like Tora and Ricky. Shulk is outliers. Shulk is okay. Like just characters that I have a high opinion of, but not much to say about. There's much contentment characters that exist and I kinda like. Tolerated characters that aren't super good. Just like characters I don't. Well, here's this guy, and hate. You will pay for innocence girl and flirty guy. That is my tier list. Give your opinions in the comments because my opinions are not good. And see you all later.